Hello, good morning. How are you doing today? And happy Wednesday. We're going to be continuing on with our Docker course creation today. We're probably going to start off with something slightly different. Hugh from yesterday's stream, he wrote uh, a spell check for us. It's in Python. And so I figured we'd first start by I want to Dockerize this so I can run it as like essentially a Docker executable, something that we can like then just pass in a single file or maybe a group of files or maybe the directory, and then we could just go over it with that. So that'd be pretty cool. So I want to see if I can get this working inside of Docker, especially since it needs some things to be installed for it to work properly. But I think we can do that with a Docker file. This doesn't have any Docker stuff with it right now, so we'll be figuring out if we can get it working. So with that, let's jump into it. Oh, and you know what? I completely forgot to go live on YouTube. Hold on, let me do that. And we're live on YouTube too. I'm experimenting with having the YouTube stream not go live right away, because that will allow me to skip the entire starting soon thing, which I can't now edit out because the stream VODs are too long. Apparently YouTube doesn't let me do that, so which kind of sucks. So now it's just going to start right into it, right into the entire stream, which I think is okay. So as I mentioned before, I forgot that I had to press the button. We a community member, Hugh D. Brown, made us a spell check in Python, and we're gonna spend a little bit of time trying to get this into Docker so we can Dockerize it and use it as an executable. I've done a little bit of Python stuff in the past, not too much Python 3. Most of it was way a while back in Python 2 land. So I don't know a lot of the things that we need to like get working. I don't know like the full differences between it too, because I kind of just stopped Python at that time. But all right, let's play with it. So first off, we're gonna pull this down. So now theoretically I should also be able to grab this entire thing with like an add, I think, in a Docker file, which could be really interesting too. But I'm not going to worry about that too much. So I'm going to clone you into bspell. That's what it's called. All right, and this is obviously the spelling script. There is an install, and there's also a README here. So if I were to open up the README, lets us know, okay, installation, we're gonna need Python. So we need this virtual env, but we can install that with PyEnv, I suppose. And then the other thing is that there's this install script. Which is going to try, okay, this installs PyEnv. So first off, I'm curious whether or not like the Python, I assume this is Python 3. It would be, yeah, okay, Python 3.12. So that's what we need. So let's see. If we do a Docker search, maybe Python. So I see Python, I see PyPy and Hilang. Both of that, all three of those are official. I wonder if Python's gonna have what we want here. All right, well, let me, let's touch, I guess we could just go straight into a Helix. Do I want a Docker file? Maybe. We're gonna have fun from, and that looks like it's just Python. I think that I can probably do latest on this one because I think that means we get Python 3 out of it, and that should be fine, right? So if I do that, we're gonna want a volume for us to throw all of our stuff into. So we want volume, which is, we're gonna put in, probably not code. Let's just do data, like the stuff, the files. Let's see. Okay, so from volume, do I want to create a user directory? Oh, we need probably code too. Like to actually have the code would be helpful. Although this might not be a volume per se. Okay, let's run user add. What did we do? It was like -m-d. Oh, I forget which one I want to do. I will, okay, we're just gonna set up a command to be /bin bash. We'll just start with that for right now. And so if I come over here, we're gonna want, oh, I want to add in all the code, don't I? So let's do an add. So add everything in this current directory. So I can't remember if it's star. If I can do that. Or just add dot to like, okay, what we got here, and then I want this to go into /code, which I hope that it's going to actually create it. Otherwise, we're going to have to do a run to create a new, to create a directory. All right, so if I, let's see, there's our, Docker file. So we're gonna do a Docker build. T, we're gonna name this bspell. I'm not gonna namespace this yet. Maybe if we get it working, we can do that. And then just go there. And we should be able to run this too. So Docker run IT, we'll remove it when we're done with it because we're in the middle of building it. I need a volume, so I want to, do I need a volume yet? I don't know if I need a full volume yet of like something to spell. I think I just want to go in there and see if I can get it installed and running. So IT that, and we're gonna run bspell. That should drop us in here. Oh, I should, don't know if I want to go into like data or something. All right, so here we go. We have our Docker file. Okay, so we have everything here. It did bring in the Docker file. I could probably have a Docker ignore and ignore the Docker file, but I think we're fine. All right. Now, if I try to run install, that's not going to work anymore because the install instructions are for Mac, and we're now in a Linux system, which most likely is based on Ubuntu, but technically could be based on anything, and I didn't look. So in install, Now it wants to install PyEnv. So let's see if we can get that with apt. Ooh, it did not find PyEnv. Do you exist? No, you do not exist. Okay, so we have to find a different way to install PyEnv. So PyEnv, maybe like Ubuntu. Okay, so yeah, on OS X that's going to be homebrew, but we don't have OS X here. Oh, but we can just do this. We can curl and then pass that into bash. So we'll do that one. Now, I did not add it into my bash profile, but I don't think that, I think that's normal. Excuse me. All right, so well, we now know how to install this. And then where did you go? You went to just, okay, so if I just do PyEnv. Oh, I need to go to my home directory. And there is PyEnv. What do you have in here? Okay, so you have bin PyEnv. Okay, so that's how that's gonna work. So we are going to now, I wonder if I can get away with this as the user, which means we can do our user add. So is it user add? Yeah, user add. Now, if I just give it, okay, so create the user's home directory. And we'll just throw everything into the home directory instead of like /code then. That will be easier. Or maybe it'll be, okay, yeah, no, we need a user home directory so it can install into the user home directory. All right, so -m, and we'll call this spell checker. All right, so if I switch over to you, it did create it into /home spell checker. Okay, so if we run this, we're gonna do, we create our volume data, we add this to where the code is. You know, I wonder if I can do an add as a user. So in this case, we're going to do run user add spell checker. We want to switch to the user spell checker. We can add the code to, okay, so we can add this to /code, which hopefully should make it that same directory. Otherwise, I'll do this beforehand and we'll chmod it. Or, oh, you know what we can do? We can put it into /home spell checker. Here's the code. Okay, code goes in there. We want to run. And then this is going to be that command. And our workdir right now. Then we need to add in to our shell. So then another run. We want to, oh no, it's not run, it's env. So we want to env. Let's see, dollar, so our path is going to equal the Neverworld. Hello. How are you doing today? I'm reaching out to you today because I heard you're an expert professional hacker and have hacked Microsoft and Facebook before. I mean, I would say that everything there is true except for everything past the word hello. I have never hacked anything before. I played a hacker game once. Does that count? Let's see. So our path equals what is this going to be? Oh, right, where it's going to be in our home directory, which did we decide it's like curly brackets, or is it? I think it's curly brackets in here. It might be circle brackets. I don't remember anymore. And we're gonna do home directory dot env bin. Okay, so that goes into there, and I want colon, and then another one, and then this is gonna be whatever is in the env. Okay, and that should now add the stuff, now have PyEnv available to us. Okay, so if we save you, we do another Docker build, and we try this again. You need to learn Docker someday. Docker, I think, is a great technology to learn. And I want to say, although I've never tried the other technologies like Podman and some of the other ones, I bet that if you learn Docker, we could probably just learn the other ones pretty quickly. They're all based on the same general ideas. Okay, so Docker does that. Now we're going to do a Docker run again. We're going to drop into here. Okay, so we're in spell checker. It did drop us in a slash. I forgot to set the work directory, but that's fine. So we're going to go to home, spell checker. The ls command not found. Cool. That's awesome. Echo path. Nice. I literally only have this. This is the only thing in my path. Oh, and it went to slash. Okay, so it's not. That needs to be parentheses, not curly brackets. And then while we're here, let's workdir. Is it workdir? I thought it was workdir, but also you're super upset. That doesn't bode well. Workdir equals, oh no, workdir /home spell checker. Okay. Dir colors command not found. Okay, interesting. That is also not correct. Okay. What did we do? We did environment variables. It was like maybe a Docker file. No, that's like actually just adding that in there. I think it's this one. No, this is just how the Docker file works. Oh, in Dockerizing Helix. Oh yeah, look at this. That's exactly what it is. Okay, so it is curly brackets. Okay, so I was initially correct. Let's try you. That's still not doing anything. It's still not going to my home direct. Okay, fine. If I don't reset the path, I'm curious about that. Yeah, I have a normal path here. So what was I doing differently here? So we have env. So I want to do something similar to this. Where we have, okay, so env path equals, so instead of root, this is going to be home spell checker. So cargo, this is going to be pyenv bin, and then go into path. I mean, that should work theoretically. Otherwise, I'll just have to grab the other path and put it in here, but oh, I'm in Docker still. There we go. Okay, I have no idea what I did wrong previously, but now pyenv should now be here and is working. Okay, excellent. And we have Python. So if we continue to look at our install here, so now we want to run this, right? So pyenv install this line. So can I just grab you, put you in here? Yeah, this should just work now. Oh, and this actually just, okay, so pyenv install 3.12.0 installs Python 3.12.0. Oh, I don't need to do that at all because we can just say I want from Python 3.12 and that should just work. So I don't need to do you at all. Yeah, and there is a Docker, there is a 3.12. Is that the latest? Because it didn't download any new image layers. That's good. Maybe one more layer it downloaded. Okay, so that's good. Virtual env and then bspell. Okay, so we want these things. All right, so if I just grab you. Now this is after we set the environment, so now we can do another run. We do you. Okay, then we do you. Install the apps requirements, okay. Now pip install requirements txt. We need to be in the correct directory for this. And those are all things that we're just installing into the entire environment, from what I understand. So now we want to not be in spell checker. I want to be in, yes, we want to be in spell checker code. And we run this one. And then that should install things. Let's find out. So if this works, it'll just do the things, and if it doesn't, it will crash at this point in time, which, great, it did not. Okay, so pyenv virtual environment is not installed in pyenv. Oh, so I do need to install, okay, so I do need this. That's too bad. I thought I could get away without it. I think it's also installing Python, which is too bad. Which kind of makes me wonder if there's a pyenv Docker image. Yes, but there's no official ones, which means that I wouldn't want to use them. Okay, but that wasn't too long, and now it's going to be virtualized. Okay. Permission denied. Okay. Where are you trying to install that? So pyenv version file write. Now I'm running this. Oh, I'm running this in the wrong workdir, probably. So let's add stuff into here. And then we'll change directory into it. And then we can run everything else. Let's try that. Oh, because I changed something ahead of it, it's going to invalidate the cache, or maybe it never finished this line. Ah, okay. Permission denied again. Where is it trying to write it? I guess what we should do is jump into it right before it runs. Okay, so it's trying to run the PyEnv local bspell. Let's try to run this ones. Oh, you know what? Sylvie's here. You can turn on cat cam. Okay, there we go. So now we can do a Docker run. All right. First of all, I'm in code. Why am I in? Oh, right. I'm in the correct thing. So I'm in home directory code. I missed this symbol to begin with. I thought maybe I was in slash code for some reason. But okay, that's good. Now all that stuff isn't here. That's good. Now if I was to try to run, first of all, who owns this? Root owns this. Oh, well, that could cause a problem. So I need to let's just go ahead. Okay, so from this, we'll create a volume. We'll add in. Okay, so we'll add in everything into the code there. We'll create a new user. And then we need to run now a chown recursive. Is it I think it's user and then path, right? So this is gonna be spell checker to home spell checker code. Then we switch over to that user. Then we switch into go to code. Then we run all these things and we install it. We set our path. We set the path properly. Then we install you. We install you. And let's try those things. Oh, that, okay, different problem. Failed to solve process. Bash did not complete successfully. It was completing successfully before. Huh. Oh, permission denied. I did not do this correct. Permission denied. Spell checker. Okay, so what do I want to do for this? I want to now, okay, so I'm attempting to chown this. I kind of wonder what did I did wrong? Clearly I did something wrong. Oh, okay. So I own it, but the group is still root. Okay, so that's clearly a problem. So I need to chown need to do that. And then down here, yeah, so code is still root. Okay, so that's probably the problem there. Let's try this again. Oh, it did not. Okay, so permission denied again. I want to chown. Okay, so I want to chown you. Maybe I want my worker just to be in spell checker. Then we run all these things, then we'll have another worker for home spell checker code. No, it doesn't like that. Okay. So let's try. Okay, so at this point in time, let's take you out. Now, oh, my home directory is owned by root. Oh, well, that's a problem. Why is my home directory owned by root? Okay, so now I own my own home directory now, so I should be able to run this command. Well, besides, the run part. Yeah, now you're happy. Okay. I bet that was the entire problem. Right, this part takes the longest to install Python for it. I'm kind of surprised it didn't cache this layer, but I guess it's because it's not cached against the layers before it. If those ones changed, it needs to change. Okay, hey, so we're good. We're good. We got it. So now we can do our Docker run again. And so the install happened, which means that the pip install requirements should have happened. Okay, so that works. Now what's next? Traverse to a directory, invoke the application from the command line, bspell. You'll be prompted for actions. Rugmat, hello, how are you doing today? And you're deemed pet the cat. We can do that. We can pet the cat. Sylvie, you awake? get a better view of his little face. He is tired today. Oh, right. That reminds me. I do have a task. I have a task in my backlog to create a Sylvie with glasses emote. All right. I think we woke him up, but yeah, it's fine. He'll be fine. Yeah, so I created this one, which is sort of based on the previous one that we have, and I threw on a beret on him. So hopefully that looks good. We don't actually have a beret that we can put on him in real life. He would hate that. The tie is like as much as we can because it's essentially a collar. Okay. So now we invoke this, and then it's going to ask us to spell check. So let's spell check the README, for example. So if I bspell we get let's see. Oh, a bunch of errors. Oh, because it's looking for a dictionary of words. Now, the dictionary is taken from the standard location on a Mac. If that is no good for you, override the location and file name with the command line option. So yeah, I think what we can do is I can add that in here. So if that really is the standard location on Mac, we can now do another add, and this will be user share dict words to user share dict words. I wonder if I'm gonna need to. I bet we're gonna need to set the ownership of that, but maybe not. Okay, let's find out. So we have to rebuild this again. Ooh. Failed to compute cache key. Failed to calculate checksum for ref. Oh, interesting. Okay, so let's see. ls. What is this? User share. It's just a file. What does it look like? Okay, it's just ASCII text. All right, it's just literally a bunch of words. Okay, that seems fine. Why are you upset about this? Failed to solve, failed to compute cache key, failed to calculate checksum for ref. Not found. Huh, I wonder why it doesn't like add for that. I wonder if there's is there a dictionary that's available on apt? That would be nice if we could just install that. The other thing is, can I override? Okay. If that is no good for you, override the location and file name with the command line option. So it is possible to override. So what if we, instead of putting you here, put you just in the home directory? So home spell checker, words, dict, words. And then that's going to get choned like everything else. Well, it still doesn't like that for exactly the same reason. I could try a copy. But I can't imagine that would do anything. To me, that's more of like, okay, reaching, just like trying something randomly to see if that works. But yeah, that's exactly the same problem. Okay, so okay, what if I copy you in just to this directory here? So if we just copy user now you're just a normal file as far as I can tell. Okay, so let's try now add this. Oh, and now it's in there. Okay, so now you're in there with that, add that. Okay, excellent. So let's try this again. Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't let me add in the files on its own. Add works for files, like if you handed a file specifically, I think it does. I don't know why it wouldn't like us taking it from user share unless like there's a permission problem for some reason. Maybe my user here on this side isn't allowed to see it. Docker is running as root, so it should have access to everything. All right, so now we're going to do our Docker run again. We're in here. We want to now do our spell. Oh, and I need to update you. Oh, it's -- help. And then I can, okay, so I can give it the dictionary name as words. And there we go. Okay. So okay, so dictionary file words. In for, okay, so requirements dev, replace Pylint. No. Okay, so that was the only word that it couldn't see in requirements dev. So now we're in README. Replace. Okay, so we have a simple spell checking app. Replace checking? No. Replace app? No. Parts is a real word, right? Wait, parts has got to be in words, right? Oh, there's no parts. There's literally no parts. Oh, okay. So this dictionary of words is terrible. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, this'll be fun. Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, this has a how to use in here. So you'll be prompted for actions to apply to misspelled words it finds. Possible responses are replace the misspelled word. You'll be prompted for the change. Do not replace the misspelled word. Add the misspelled word to the in-memory dictionary. Unfortunately, this is only temporary. Do not check any more words in the file. So like skip the rest of the file. So we want to basically, yes. So here, this is, we want to replace parts. So I say yes. Replacement word is like, I just say parts again. Do I want automated? Automated, I think, is correct. So I want to add this. So add. PyEnv, add that. Virtual env. The number 3, yeah. So like a lot of things in here. Okay, so I mean, the only problem that I see is that the dictionary is terrible. And why is iSpell's dictionary so much better? It must come with its own dictionary. Where is iSpell's dictionary? So iSpell dictionary, Linux spelling. I know. Does this tell us where the dictionary is? Okay, so environment, default dictionary to use if no D flag is given, but I don't think that it sets that for me. Oh, okay. Oh, it has a hash dictionary, which is obviously, oh, it uses this for the lookup function. Okay, never mind. So it is using user share dict words. Interesting. Okay, so never mind. I don't know why this word's, oh, because then it creates its own dictionary, but it's a hash dictionary, which this isn't compatible with. So let's try it for a little bit, and if it drives us too much crazy, we'll switch back to iSpell. But I think this could work. So what we wanted to do is, now we have a volume data, which we're going to be able to switch into, and that should be fine, I think. So our commands now, do I want to put this in? Probably command. Now this changes it in place, which is fine. Do I want this to be in the what's the other one? It's command and entry point. Okay, so our entry point, I want this to be, instead of bin bash, we're gonna do, oh, this checks it in the local, whatever directory we're currently in. So I probably want to update our path again. Oh, but we've already created this, so I want home spell checker, bin, and then another one. So this is going to be home spell checker code, and that's where the B spell exists, and then this goes in there. Okay. And then you're going to be just B spell in whatever the current directory we're in. And so then the final thing would be workdir. Oh, ad break started. I didn't even notice that we were starting with that. Okay. I'll probably work through this as we're getting this set up. Workdir data. And then we'll call bspell. And this will be interesting to see if it works the way we expect it to. Let's try it. Okay, so we built that, and we should now give it a shot. So if we head over to our Docker course, we're putting that into /data, right? So we can get status. Okay, so everything is up to date here. So if I accidentally delete it all, we're good to go and everything will be fine. So I want to do a we're going to do docker run it. Let's give it a name of, what name should you be? Probably just bspell. We're going to give it a volume. So we only need one volume here, which is our current home directory to /data. And then we'll just go bspell, and then that should be it. And it should drop us in there and run it. Otherwise, oh, -it, not --. Fail to create task for container, fail to create shim task. Oh, executable file not found in path. Okay. So let's try this again. I think that, can I override the executable? I think I can, right? I can say, it's like executable. Let's also make this remove.